the shape of tomorrow. Leo always thought the future was something that happened by accident. At 16, he believed success belonged to people who were lucky, talented, or somehow chosen. In his mind, discipline was something strict adults talked about, teachers, coaches, parents, but not something that shaped real life in a visible way. That belief stayed with him until the year everything started to slip. It began with small things. He stopped waking up early for his morning study sessions. Just 5 more minutes turned into missing half of his classes. Homework that used to be finished the day it was assigned now piled up in messy stacks on the corner of his desk. Football practice attendance became irregular. At first, no one said much, but gradually the silence of disappointment around him grew louder than any lecture. His father noticed first. One evening, Leo's father placed a small notebook on the kitchen table. It was plain, nothing special. "Start writing what you do each day," he said calmly. Leo frowned. "Why? That's pointless." His father didn't argue. He replied, "Just try it for a week." Out of annoyance more than curiosity, Leo agreed. The first few days were embarrassing to write down. Wake up late, scroll on phone, miss revision, waste time, avoid practice. The page looked like evidence of failure rather than progress. He almost stopped on the 3rd day, but something made him continue. Maybe pride, maybe stubbornness. By the end of the week, something strange happened. He noticed patterns he had never seen before. Hours disappeared into nothing. The more careless his routine was, the more anxious and tired he felt. His grades reflected it too, sharp drops in subjects he once excelled in. One afternoon at school, his mathematics teacher returned a test paper with a red mark that looked heavier than usual. "This is not your potential," she said quietly. "This is your habits." The word habit stayed in his mind long after the class ended. That night, Leo opened the notebook again, but this time he didn't just write what he did. He started questioning it. Why did he wake up late? Why didn't he delay studying? Why did he feel drained even when he did nothing? Slowly, a pattern emerged. His choices were not random, they were repetitions, and those repetitions were quietly shaping his life. He decided to test something. The next morning, he set his alarm an hour earlier. When it rang, his old self begged for sleep, but he forced himself up. It felt uncomfortable, almost wrong. He studied for just 30 minutes before school, and it wasn't much. It felt different, like he had taken control of something small but important. He repeated it the next day and the next. It wasn't easy, discipline never is. There were mornings he failed and went back to the old habits. But something had changed inside him. He started noticing the cost of those failures more clearly. Every time he skipped his routine, he could feel the difference in his focus, his energy, even his confidence. Weeks passed. Leo began rebuilding slowly. He created a simple routine. Wake up early, revise before school, attend practice consistently, and reduce distractions. Nothing extreme, nothing dramatic, just consistent effort. At first, no one noticed. Discipline often grows quietly, like roots under soil. But then things began to change. His teacher called him after class one day. "You've improved," she said, looking at his latest test. "Not just your answer, but your thinking." His football coach also noticed his constancy. "You're sharper," he said. "You don't disappear anymore." Even at home, his father didn't say much, but he didn't need to. One evening, he simply looked at Leo's notebook, now filled with structured routines instead of scattered failures and noted ones. That note meant more than praise. Still, the biggest change was not visible on paper or in scores. It was in Leo himself. He realized discipline was not about punishment or restriction. It was about freedom. The freedom to not be controlled by impulse. The freedom to trust himself. The freedom to build something instead of drifting through life. One evening, as he walked home after practice, Leo thought back to who he was just a few months earlier. The difference didn't feel like luck. It felt like direction. He understood something important then. The future was not waiting to happen, it was being built every single day through small choices no one else could see. Discipline was not loud. It did not announce itself, but it shaped everything: his grades, his skills, his confidence, and slowly his identity. As the sun set over the streets, Leo made a quiet promise to himself: not to be perfect, not to be extraordinary overnight, but to stay consistent, and even when it was boring, even when it was hard. Because now he knew the truth. Discipline was not just what defined his future, it was his future being written one decision at a time.